Hey, joining us now is Wish TV's medical reporter, Dr. Mary Gillis.
Yeah, Mary, we're talking about something that's on everybody's minds today.
Exactly, it's on everybody's mind. Well, I mean, as we already know, this unspeakable tragedy occurred yesterday. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed after a gunman opened fire at a school in South Texas. And this has stricken fear in parents across the country because these mass shootings keep happening, not only in schools, but grocery stores, places of worship. So I wanted to speak with Jenny Volker. She is a licensed mental health counselor at Community Health Network, because I imagine many parents and caregivers here in Indiana and across the station, I mean, we were speaking about this yesterday, about our fears, or parents' fears about sending their child to school, which should be a safe place, and talking about how this frightening thought, if I send my kids to school, will they come home? So I want to toss to Jenny.
I wish there were easy answers for that. And there aren't easy answers for that. Tragedies can happen anywhere. So I think that focusing on safety, focusing on that relationship, and making sure that parents have the opportunity to share the emotions they're feeling. A lot of us are feeling lots of feelings right now, and parents of school-age children are feeling a lot of fear and anxiety. And it's not okay, but it's there. And so I think finding those opportunities to share those.
You know, she was so thoughtful in her response. So she recommends parents come together to support each other and engage in conversations instead of having that anxiety sort of live inside, because anxiety, that can be very destructive. I mean...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, so here what she recommends parents and caregivers do. So first thing is, don't be afraid to be the first one to say, this is really scary. Ask each other, what are you doing to cope and help yourself during this difficult time? And how are you talking with your kids about the situation, and is it working? And you guys, you can also take action by making sure you know if there is a plan in place where your child goes to school, what that plan is, and ask your child when they practice that plan, how did it go? How did you feel? So there's sort of actionable steps that you can do in something that is so unpredictable, when this world is just so unpredictable. And then the last thing is, she says, you know, we ask the question, why did this happen? How could somebody do this? There are no answers, and we have to come to peace with that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That might be the biggest one. Like, well, how did this happen? Because we think somehow we have control, or we can prevent it when we really can't.
Right.
If somebody's determined to do something that's terrible, there's a good chance they're going to pull it off.
Yeah.
And so we have to just try to be preventative when we can, but at the end of the day, we do have to keep talking about it, because avoiding it only, you know, it doesn't really help.
Isn't it amazing how human things tend to, like, bring us back to the fact that we don't control everything, and as human beings we have a lot more in common than we might think. And so I think with this, we talked about it at the beginning of the show, you have to take care of yourself. You got to talk about it, trying to get as much of a plan as you can, but I mean, you know.
And when I think of you know, the first thing I think of is like, oh my God, I have a little girl,
right?
And I can't imagine, like so many parents did yesterday, dropping her off and not seeing her ever again.
Right.
And that's something that we do have to talk to each other and build that community around each other to talk about, because otherwise you drive yourself nuts, especially when you get into parent mode. We think we can save them from anything, and that's just one of the most helpless feelings I can't imagine that these parents are going through. But we gotta keep talking.
And this is why, as a community, we have to be responsible for one another. So thank you for sharing these things.
Thank you so much. Thank you both.
Oh, absolutely. Hey.